everyone, Nexty here and welcome back to my channel, MaiOnHigh, on which we are talking everything tech, FPV drones and stuff like that. And in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the best FPV drone simulator and my settings for it, as well as the settings for the drone. I will explain how to actually pick up the best settings for your drone as well in this video, which is something that I don't do in the blog post. Speaking of which, this video is actually made because my Velocidrone game and quad settings has been the most searched term since forever, and just in last 30 days it has been searched 370 times. It's much more than even my homepage. So yeah, so if you like reading about such stuff, down below in the description box and in the pinned comment is the link to the blog post, but I'm not talking about how to pick up your settings for the drone in it. This is something that I'm going to be talking about only in this video. Now, if you are also learning how to fly FPV drones, I would highly recommend for you to join our FPV Academy, as well as the membership called The Collective. On this YouTube channel, I'm also sharing Train Insane Velocidrone tutorial series on which I'm talking about how to fly your FPV drone. It's not as detailed as in FPV Academy, and in FPV Academy, I'm also teaching about all the other things FPV drones, so I'm going to leave the links to all of those things down below as well, because hey, why not? Now, let's get to it. So I'm personally using a MacBook Pro with the Apple M2 Max chip, but I have been previously using the one with Intel. Those settings actually don't change that much for me. This is something that is kind of like for all types of computers. This is going to be the best, the smoothest settings, even if your computer is not super powerful. My previous one wasn't, so it was still going pretty smooth. So to set up all of the settings in Velocidrone, you need to get to options, and in options, we're gonna go to the screen settings. My quality level is obviously the fastest one. This is the general idea. The screen resolution, this thing for some reason always changes back to 800 by 600, but it's not really true. I changed it a couple of times. Actually, if I click it double, it's going to get really big, and it's not the settings that I have. So whatever you're gonna set for yourself and do it as your screen dimensions are, this is gonna just come back to 800 by 600. Don't worry about it, just don't worry about it. I'm not doing it in a full screen because I noticed that in full screen the game is a little bit more laggy, and at the beginning you probably won't really notice it, but if you get more advanced, you probably will. Now, I'm also using VSync as true, graphics rendering type forward, anti-aliasing no, ambient occlusion no, shadows disabled because I don't need it to be pretty, I need it to be fast and smooth. I'm doing my flights, shadow quality low, color grading normal, motion blur off, high quality trees no. All the things I'm actually setting just to have really simple, like I don't really need this game to be the most beautiful thing on the planet Earth. I just want it to work and be pretty. So if I can just make my chip focus on the physics, this is the thing. And then once we go to the quad settings, you can pick up your color. Mine is obviously purple. Physics CPU usage, you want it to be high because you want the CPU to work towards your own experience. You want the physics to be as close to the real thing as possible because this is the best usage of a simulator in general. So don't do all of those, make it high. My camera field of view is 130, flight controller beta flight 4.2, quad rear spotlight false, I don't need it. Low detail quads, yes, I don't need them to be nice. Allow mid-air collision, I currently have it set to false just because, but if you want to train for some real racing, I would say you can set it to true, but this is for the real racing. Trails enabled false, I don't need those trails. As I said, we want it to be as good and as fast and as great for a simulator, for training, not for pretty. Quad audio on quad, yeah, why not? Line of sight, camera height, I actually don't use line of sight, so I'm just keeping it. True lens is true, true lens size 2.1 millimeters. This is what I'm using on my real drone. Now you need to know that if you are using any other lens, like 2.3 or 2.5, set it to the lens that you are having on your drone. This is extremely important because you want it to have just like in your drone, so then when you switch from a simulator to your quad, it's going to be the same thing. If you want to copy my build or just do all the things as I have them, feel free to copy 2.1 if you don't have your drone, and then you can just absolutely do it. True lens quality is medium, flight displays normal. ammunition display, none, that's for a different setting here. Now when it goes to the quad setup, I have chosen the 533 switchback, reason being this is the closest thing, this is actually the exact same thing that I am using in my real drone. If you are using anything else, try to find from all the other drones that are available, like if you want to add the quad, find something that is the closest to your real drone that you are flying. There's a lot of the things that are really there in real life, and you actually want to have something that's the closest to your actual drone in real life. Okay, so this is extremely important. Just find something that's close, and you're gonna just look how many of them there are. It's just a lot of stuff. Okay, and frame lift, downforce, I have 100% because we wanted to have the real downforce of us in the real drone. Air mode is true, this is the acro, this is what I would say is the most important thing to do if you are starting your FPV experience. Start with acro, don't go anywhere else because you will have to re-land the exact same thing. Quad weight, 100% because, as I said, drag front, all the things are 100% actually. Propeller size is 5146, this is the closest that I can get when it goes to like what I'm using in real life. So this is what I have chosen. Propeller power, of course, 100%. Prop wash, I'm having 0% on this quad because my quad doesn't really have prop wash. It's pretty well tuned. So I'm just keeping it as it is. Propeller profile is profile 1. My camera angle for racing is 50 degrees, but if you are just starting your experience with FPV drones, or if you are flying freestyle or cinematic, keep it up to 50. 50 is like advanced racing. If you just start with racing, 50 is absolutely okay. Freestyle, cinematic, 15 to 50 is going to be your go-to. Camera mix angle is 0% because, yeah. Battery simulation, just so I have it, just so I am used to the fact that the battery is not infinite. I have it set to true, and I have it set to the battery that I am using in real life. Most of the time, if I'm switching batteries, I'm actually switching this setting as well. And battery mass effect, of course, I'm keeping to true because it adds weight to my drone. And this is going to be exactly the same thing. Now to get to the advanced PID setup, you need to go to any type of a track and go to advanced drone setup. Those are my PIDs and rates, and again, this is the setup that I have in my personal drone. If you are using any other type of a drone for your racing, freestyle, cinematic, please be sure that you copy all of those things into the game because it's going to help you immensely. Now, I am using absolutely 0% of expo. This is a thing that I just cannot live without. I need the drone to answer my things as fast as possible. So if you think that your drone is not reacting fast enough, I would say get expo lower. If you think that it's a little bit too floaty, or when you are turning, it starts turning a little bit too late, get expo lower. 0% expo is for me just the best because I have full control over my drone, and all the other settings you can copy just from this particular screen if you are using the same setup as I do, or if you are just starting and you are just using my FPV tutorials, which also somewhere in the cards, I will leave them at the end as well if you are just learning. And those are the settings for here. Sorry, but I kicked the camera and I don't really know how it was before I kicked it. So if anything changed here, I'm sorry. Those are all of my settings for Velocidrone game and quad, and a little bit of tips regarding how to set up your own drone in Velocidrone. It's really important again and again and again that it's the closest to what you have. If you don't have anything as of yet, you can copy my own setup. Feel free to do so, it's absolutely okay. Just get the camera angle lower because with 50 it may be a little bit too much, okay? It may be too much and I understand it. I'm also having a free training calendar that's delivered to your inbox every single month, and all you have to do with it is just to follow all of the videos that I'm having that are tutorials here on YouTube or in FPV Academy, which are much more detailed than the ones on YouTube. I'm also proposing one-on-one lessons, so if you need any type of consultation or if you need someone to just check how you are doing and what you need to work on, and you need a next pair of eyes. I'm also providing one-on-one consultations, and I'm leaving you the link to it down below. Now, if you want to learn how to fly a drone and you are not sure if you are fine with my style of teaching, I'm gonna just leave you to my playlist on all of the tutorials that I've made. There's a lot of videos that you will have to go through, and yeah, enjoy those. I'll see you in the next one. Stay awesome, fam. Bye.